This is your ass. This is your ass in prison. Any questions? This has been a public service announcement reminding you that if you do the crime, you will do the time. Hard time.
Who killed Buddy the rabbit?
So we've got a dead rabbit. And as the gravedigger's burying it, he notices it's got a broken neck. How'd that happen? One word. Homicide.
Why would anyone kill Buddy?
Seems this Buddy the rabbit lived with quite a few people in that house there. First of all, you got Rob Saul.
No, I wouldn't hurt that little bunny. I mean, my daughter loved that rabbit. I wouldn't have anything to do with that.
I don't know what to make of this guy. I mean, right off the bat, I assumed he was gay. Turns out, though, that his alibi was that he was up all night for about 8 hours talking to some Felicia Fierce lady. And yet, he claims he's not in love with her.
Look, just because I talk to her a lot and I want to have sex with her all the time and I just want to be with her, that's not being in love. Come on, no.
If you can figure this guy out, you're a smarter man than I am. Then there's Ileana.
No, I didn't do it. When that was supposed to happen, I was occupied with a man. 'Cause I cannot pleasure myself, you know? I mean, that's what men are for anyway.
Now that's a likely story. But then again, what kind of psychosis is going on where you never pleasure yourself? Yeah, I gotta keep my eye on this one. Finally, we've got Maya. That's got guilty written all over it. The homicide investigation takes hard work and plenty of experience. Luck hardly has anything to do with it. And speaking of luck, look at poor Buddy. He had 4 rabbit feet. And look where that got him. In a hole in the backyard, that's where.
Who killed Buddy? Tonight on Investigation Discovery.
This is a Nailsin News Bulletin.
A former TV weatherman has been arrested for allegedly making a secret sex tape and then threatening to release it. As cops warned, he could have more alleged victims. Josh Fitzpatrick. Josh Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick? Who worked at 29 News in Charlottesville, Virginia, is accused of secretly filming his accuser during a consensual sexual encounter. Gosh, he agreed to it and then you pulled this stunt. Yeah, because he was like, man, that video gave me a chubby that went. That's what he told her. Yeah. Anyway, the alleged victim reported the incident in February, telling cops the 42-year-old meteorologist had subsequently extorted and threatened them. This might not be a woman. With the release of the clip, investigators said Fitzpatrick relocated to Ohio shortly after the probe kicked off. Oh, he thought, Ohio didn't have an extradition fee? Anyway, he was nabbed there with the help of Ohio law enforcement on Tuesday. Fitzpatrick was slapped with charges of sexual extortion and unlawful creation of an image of another. Wow. I mean, this is within the context of video and photography, right? I mean, what if he just drew dirty pictures of the other person? Would he be in trouble then, too? I mean, police warned the former weatherman, he no longer in the field, who is in custody pending his extradition back to Virginia, may have more victims. and urged others to come forward. Well, once you get a search warrant of his stuff, provided he hasn't successfully destroyed it all, that if you got it on with this guy, odds are he has video of you. For whatever reason, I guess you just didn't have any money, so he didn't bother you with the blackmail. But this particular victim, man, woman, and we don't know. His former employee covered news of his arrest, but stopped short of releasing a statement. Now, come on. It's the responsible thing. Is that, hey, you just never know. What do you want from us? Anyway, the outlet said he left his position at the TV station in early March. Perhaps because he knew the heat was on, and that was the deal. So the forecast looks to be some serious jail time. I don't know what the mandatories, it varies from state to state, so I don't know how many years he might get for the extortion, in and of that. I don't know if he had just been caught with taking surreptitious images or videos of coworkers and whatnot and that sort of thing. I don't know what that runs. But he went the extra mile and said, if you don't want your family to see this, And interesting, I understand they protect the identity of victims in these scenarios and whatnot, but them. So, anywho, he's a bad, bad man. And now he's going to pay the price. Yeah, that's what the forecast says.
Just your meat to take a walk down the street while killers be killing and killing and killing and killing. Nailsin News.
Sometimes I feel fat and unattractive. But then I go shop at Walmart, where the average customer is at least 400 pounds, and I'm nowhere near in that ballpark, so I feel great. Thank you, Walmart.
Yes, Walmart, where you can simply look around and feel better about yourself. Unless, of course, you're a regular. This is a Nailsin News Bulletin.
Ohio sex worker had more than 200 clients while knowing she was HIV positive. Hello, I'm Mr. Nailsin. Yes, an Ohio hooker allegedly had contact with more than 200 clients despite knowing she was HIV positive, and state officials are warning anybody who engaged in risky business with her to come forward and get tested. Linda Lassis, 30, had contact with at least 211 clients, a little more than 200, from multiple states in the 2 years since January 1st, 2022. Mr Nailsin Sunday Comics. And, well, might as well go ahead and dip back into Forbidden Worlds. Stories of strange adventure. It's okay, because it's approved by the Comics Code Authority. Can a man crash through the barrier of time itself? See it happening. The riddle of Robert O'Malley. This can't be. Shot down by Jap Zeros and now trapped aboard an ancient pirate ship. I guess where this be going. So there you go. There's the cover. Won't be getting to that story today, though. No, first we got to look at our sponsor. Hey, you ever want to draw a woman in her underwear? Now you can. All you got to do is project it with this fascinating, projector gadget. And then you trace her image, and there you go. You've got your own woman in her underwear picture. And, well, it only costs for $1.98. Deluxe model. Complete. Oh, she comes with it. Wow. Okay, cool. Oh, look. Suggests she might even get naked. So don't wait. You're going to want to send it off to Norton Products, Department 249, 296 Broadway, New York, 7, New York. There you go. Magic Art Reproducer. So there you are. Yep. Don't delay. Order yours today. All right. Our story for this episode of Mr. Nailsin Sunday Comics is Herbie's Quiet Saturday Afternoon. Okay. Here's a real offbeat story for those of you who go for yarns that are different. Get set for surprises galore if you dare to come along on Herbie's Quiet Saturday Afternoon. I take it this is Herbie. Is that his tongue? Ew. What is... Ugh. I don't know. There's an elephant coming to get rid of him. These guys are finding that I don't guess it's a nuclear explosion. Anyway, a plane's crashing. Cowboy's already murdered somebody. A rocket's fired, and an Indian guy's gonna try to fight it, and this pirate. Probably from that Robert O'Malley story. I don't know. It's all done by Ogden Whitney. Well, it's good art. This was published in 1958. Yeah. Well, it was at a PTA meeting, and the speaker's subject was an important one. Yes, I repeat, the boys of today are the leaders of tomorrow. You must see, therefore, that what we need in this country are real boys. Boys of action. Boys who are always out doing things. George Washington, father of his country, was such a boy. So was Abraham Lincoln. I'm not sure why he's got it talking to his glass to tell you this, but you would think it'd be a microphone. But anyway. Even today, you'll find the men who make America great are men of action, like Mickey Mantle, Stan Musial? I'm not even familiar. And then there was Lucky Lindy. Well, you know him. And Red Grange. Boys who did things. Who became men. Who did things.
Well, I wish I knew how to do things. But I can't even do my collar right.
So anyway,
I hadn't realized how important it was that kids do things too.
Oh, those great figures he mentioned. And whom have we got? Herbie. Ah, yes. Little Herbie Popnecker. There he goes off to school. The leader of tomorrow. Oh, it isn't that I don't love the boy, but he doesn't do anything, or say anything, or have any imagination. Good gosh, that I should be the father of a little fat nothing.
Now, you shouldn't talk that way about your own son. After all, he means well.
Only you hadn't drink and smoke while you were pregnant. Yes, he meant well, but on Saturdays it was particularly bad. The boys are out having themselves a time. Golly, I remember how it was when I was a kid. I used to go fishing, just like that fella, and I'd play marbles and mumble-tee-peg. Yow! It's a homer! And gosh, baseball. That was the most fun of all. It's sure great to be a boy. That feeling of doing things. On the go all the time. It's wonderful. And then Dad turned to confront Herbie. Oh, no. He shouldn't have lost his temper, but he couldn't help himself. Don't you ever do anything? Other boys do, but not you. All you do is sit. Sit!
Please, Dad, you've got to learn to control yourself.
Never mind, I'll handle this. I want you to get out of the house and do something. That is, if you can do anything, which I doubt.
He doesn't resemble either of them. Did they adopt him?
Well, he'll do that. He's going to eat this. Maybe it's a candy apple? I don't know. Psst. Hey, there's Herbie Popnicker. Oh, Herbie! Look out, I'm heading for an exciting game of nothing. Anyway, at the county zoo. Wow.
What's with you anyway, Peaky? That keeper's a hard-working guy. What's with all this growling? Why do you hate him so much?
Butt out, Herbie, will you? You see that long-handed brush he's using? Well, all the time when he's cleaning up, he keeps poking me all of the time. Poking me, and I'm fed up to here. And now I'm gonna get even. See that lock up there? You can't tell, but it's busted. I'm just waiting for no Budinskis to be around, and then I'm gonna hop right out of here and give him the brush off.
Now, wait a minute. You can't do that.
No, I can't, can I? Well, just watch me. Here goes. Oh!
Now you are going to get back in there and be good, or do I have to...
Okay, Herbie, okay. I didn't mean to get you mad. That Herbie, Well, Herbie's more than he seems. And yet, only the animal is aware of this. Oh, the Daily Bugle, Spider-Man might show up. It was a quiet Saturday afternoon with nothing to do but walk. So Herbie walked past the offices of the Daily Bugle. Too bad, it's a great loss to the nation. Young Senator Stevens was one of the best, but if those planes can't find any sign of him, he must be dead already. So the story is no trace of Senator Stevens, blown out to sea by storm in plane, borrowed from friends, search planes, report failure, believed dead. Well, there you go.
That's not so, sir. It just happens that I know where...
Move along, Sonny. Don't you know better than to interrupt grown-ups when they're talking? Stupid ball of fat. If you could only arrange to broadcast that there are rockets stored in a compartment of the cabin roof of the plane that Senator Stevens borrowed from me, I have no way of knowing about them. If he's down floating on the surface, he could fire them and somebody might see them. You told me all that yesterday, and we've been broadcasting it constantly since. Obviously, he's not getting the broadcast because he's dead.
Please, I could tell you how to get to him.
Who let you in here anywhere? Get out of here before I throw you out. And so Herbie got out. and walked some more. He came to a pier, and he walked out onto that. "Hey, you, clear off here. This is private property. Didn't you hear me? I said, holy mackerel, am I seeing things? He's disappearing." Soon after, the search planes were about to call off their hunt. "It's no use. We couldn't see anything down there. If there were something." "And there isn't, because Stevens must be long since dead. Let's turn back."
"Hold it over there. It's a rocket. There's something down on the surface, all right. Drop a flare. Let's go down and look."
It's him, all right. It's Senator Stevens.
When the rescue was made,
"Are you all right, Senator? How'd you ever locate those rockets?"
I was on the wing. I'd about given up hope when, you won't believe this. You can't. I looked up and saw a little boy walking down out of the sky.
You were going to need rockets. You'll find them in a compartment in the cabin roof.
And that's the way it happened. A kind of fat little boy. He was with glasses and a lollipop. And the next second, he disappeared.
Poor fella's out of his head.
meanwhile, what had happened to Herbie? It was dark already, and he was getting kind of bored. Matter of fact, he was taking the shortcut home across Murphy's pasture. Suddenly,
"I hope that we're not seeing Chuntuk. That would be fatal to our plans." "There is a chance of it, Global. Have you forgotten that our better ray insulation makes our spacecraft and us completely invisible to human eyes?"
Correction, please. I can see both your ship and you.
"Get him inside before he spoils everything." Phew, I can't understand how he managed to see us. "Quiet! Now you! I don't know how you chanced on us, but you're not going to betray our plot. We are on scouting expedition from the planet Anthro, and we're working on preliminary plans for an invasion of your planet, see?"
Interesting. But I doubt whether you will get very far. We're very modern and scientific, you know, and you'd find it difficult to overcome it.
"You think so? Tell me, could you ever withstand these weapons like these? They fire our special delta ray, and whatever it does disintegrates."
How do I know that you're telling the truth? They can't be as potent as all that.
"No, but they are, and all the planet Anthro is waiting for us to return safely with plans for the invasion. They will attack. But meanwhile, you're in the way, so..."
it's got a wide target, so it should work.
Hey, lollipop! Then it was my next to last lollipop tube. I'll show you!
Well, anyway, the next thing you know, there stood Herbie in the middle of the pasture, alone. Of the saucer and its occupants, there was nothing left.
Dear, I must have disintegrated the whole filter, and them along with it. Now they'll never get back to Xanthro, or whatever the hell their planet was. Who cares? With their invasion plans, which means there'll be no invasion. Oh well, so there'll be no invasion.
Well, it turns out he had another lollipop. So he killed him for no reason at all. Holy crap, he's this bored, mad god. It's about time. You've kept dinner waiting. Where were you?
Just around.
What do you mean around? What did you do?
Nothing. I just walked around a little, and then I came home. It was pretty quiet for a Saturday afternoon.
The end. All right, then. What what the hell was this all about? He's just, I don't know. He's all powerful, apparently. Is it like this every adventure of Herbie? Perhaps. Anyway, our second sponsor, Dinosaur Skeleton, as real as in the museums. Yes, features anatomically perfect. Made of unbreakable plastic bone. Interlocking joints snap together, almost 2 feet long. I thought dinosaurs were longer than that. Stands on own feet. Wonderful gift for children and adults. Well, there you go. It's the perfect thing, and with the holidays and all. You're going to want to get your dinosaur skeleton. It's only $1. Almost 2 feet long. Suddenly it is 100 million years ago. Blah, blah, blah. We don't care. But anyway, that's what you can get. So head over to Museum Products Department B-83-11. 228 Lexington Avenue, New York, 16, New York. Rush my giant dinosaur skeleton by return mail on your money back guarantee. There you go. All right. Well, let's see. Oh, boy. Disney characters. Yes, America's most lovable characters from Walt Disney's Mickey Mouse Club. 10 king-size balloon toys for $1. They stand from 15 to almost 2 feet tall. Wait a minute. You mean from... All right. Molded one-piece quality latex, inflatable, assorted bright colors. Genuine toss-up action. It's good, clean fun for every youngster. All right, so you get Alice, Mouse in Wonderland, Dopey, one of the 7 Dwarfs, Cinderella, Jiminy Cricket, Peter Pan, Donald Duck, Davy Crockett, Dumbo, and Pinocchio. So how do you get a whole... Oh, what's this? You can beat the crap out of Mickey Mouse, I guess. I don't know. You're going to want to send off to Mother Hubbard's Department B-83-11, 114 East 32nd Street, New York, 16, New York. It's almost the same place as the other. Your Mickey Mouse Club inflatable characters are just what I want for my Mouseketeers. So anyway, there you go. The best that Disney has to offer. And apparently on the same street, dinosaur skeleton. So, that's something to look forward to. So what do we have for next Sunday? Well, we've got Magic Maker. Yeah. I guess he makes magic. Or maybe there's something else to it. Hell, I don't know, but we'll find out next time on Mr. Nailsin Sunday Comics. Now, how about we screw that? Might as well just go ahead and read the other stories. That was the tape because I knew my voice would be shot for the morning, but holy crap, I just can't deal with any more of this. I really can't. The art's good and everything else, but, the cardboard submarine. Yeah, I don't think that would work underwater, even as a boat. But the things they used to sell to kids, All right, let's do Magic Maker. In his 20 years as a theatrical booking agent, Ben Adams, he used to be Adams, had seen a lot of acts, but none compared to the man who called himself the Magic Maker. See, he doesn't just perform magic. He makes it. So anyway,
This is Mr. Vishnu, Mr. Adams. You said you would see him this afternoon.
all right, Vishnu, let's see your act. Only make it snappy. I'm a very busy man. This was done by John Forte. Comic books was his forte. Mr. Vinshu billed himself as a mystic and a magician. See? A double whammy. He began with the famed Indian rope trick. That's as old as my grandfather's beard, Vinshu. You'll have to do better than that. A lot better.
So sorry, Sahib. I will proceed.
Sure, but let's not waste time. This time, make it good.
Quickly, Vishnu performed a second trick. A 1, a 2, a 3.
And there appears you're kidding, pal. I saw that done when I was in knee pants. If this is all you've got to show, you can stop right now.
But I have something else, Sahib. I have yet to show my greatest skill. Please, one more chance. That is all I ask.
To show his bruised palm? I don't know. Granted one more chance, Vishnu picked up a paperweight from the agent's desk.
Now watch closely. Do not take your eye from it, Sahib.
Okay, get on with it. Quickly, Vishnu made a pass with his hand and,
see, it has disappeared. That is my great skill. I can make anything vanish.
so that's your big act. A real big deal. And you thought I'd buy a flea-bitten act like yours? Phonies like you come a dime a dozen.
But you do not understand. I really made it disappear. For good. Forever. The audience would be much impressed.
I'd have to be out of my mind to book an act as corny as yours. Now you clear out before I throw you out.
You will regret this insult sooner than you think.
Some guys really got crust. Imagine him coming in here and trying to palm off that phony disappearance bit. We don't have to imagine it. He just did it. A moment later, when his secretary entered, it's time for that sort of thing. Now, what's eating her? Except for me. What's she staring at?
Oh!
He would have been insulted to know that she was staring at nothing.
He couldn't have left his office without my seeing him, and yet he's gone. Just plain disappeared.
The end? Well, again, the art, it's not bad, but holy crap, that wasn't any good at all. How's this sound? 90%. Good Lord! You mean I gotta read this again? All right. In his 20 years as the theatrical booking agent, Ben Adams, he used to be Ben, had seen a lot of acts, but none compared to the man who called himself the Magic Maker.
This is Mr. Vinshu, Mr. Adams. You said you would see him this afternoon.
All right, Vishnu, let's see your act. Only make it snappy. I'm a very busy man. Mr. Vinshu billed himself as a mystic and a magician, both. He began with the famed Indian rope trick. That's as old as my grandfather's beard, Vinshu. You'll have to do better than that. A lot better.
So sorry, Sahib. I will proceed.
Sure, but let's not waste time. And this time, make it good. Quickly, Vinshu performed a second trick.
1, 2, 3.
and there appears. You're kidding, pal. I saw that done when I was in knee pants. If this is all you've got to show, you can stop right now.
But I have something else, Sahib. I have yet to show my greatest skill. Please, one more chance. That is all I ask.
Granted one more chance, Vishnu picked up a paperweight from the agent's desk.
Now watch closely. Do not take your eye from it, Sahib.
Okay, get on with it.
Quickly, Vishnu made a pass with his hand and, see, it has disappeared. This is my great skill. I can make anything vanish.
So that's your big act. A real big deal. And you thought I'd buy a flea-bitten act like yours? Phonies like you come a dime a dozen.
But you do not understand. I really made it disappear. For good. Forever. The audience would be much impressed.
I'd have to be out of my mind to book an act as corny as yours. Now you clear out before I throw you out.
You will regret this insult sooner than you think.
Some guys really got crust. Imagine him coming in here and trying to palm off that phony disappearance bit. A moment later, when his secretary entered, now what's eating her besides me? What's she staring at?
Oh!
He would have been insulted to know that she was staring at nothing.
He couldn't have left his office without my seeing him, and yet he's gone. Just plain disappeared.
The end. So what? He's invisible now? I don't know. So there you go. Sorry for the technical issues. But hey, look, you got the story. The truth and nothing but and all that good stuff. I don't know why I got 2 super tips up. Oh, because the other one's in OBS. Remove. There. That should have done it. Did it? No, now it's back. There. That'll do it.
And now it is gone. Poof. Yes. I am a mystic and a magician.
Yeah, that's what he says. So anyway, that was, only 2 pages. Imagine that. I thought it was longer than that. I guess I could. Nah, never mind. We're finishing this one up. So, of course, Thanksgiving Day. We did that one for Thanksgiving Day. And come on, go, stupid. You know, the guy, another one with wishes and all that crap. It was brought to you by 7 gigantic dinosaurs and the fish that eats fish. You know, what else is he going to eat? You know, and he gets rich and all that stuff. And then finally he figures out, hey, if I wish the little, idol or whatever the hell it is away, then his problems are solved. And he goes back to being a broke loser. But, he's got his hot wife back. And so that's kind of all that matters. All right, now we finally get to the story that's teased on the cover of Forbidden Worlds. That would be the riddle of Robert O'Malley. I can't bring her out. I'm going to crash. Wars give rise to all kinds of stories, but mine fits no recognizable pattern. It is best described as a strange story, an incredible adventure that strains ordinary belief. It had its beginning in June of 1944 in the area of the vast Coral Sea when a mine Navy fighter plane suffered direct hits from an attacking force of Japanese Zeros. Yeah, it looks pretty bad. Yeah. Well, anyway, the flames crackled in my ears as I pushed back the cowling. I had no choice but the waiting ocean below. There's some islands down there. With luck, I might Anyway, here goes. I closed my eyes and stepped into nothingness. The wind howled in my ears. A moment later, my aircraft went up in smoke. Poof. A second more would have been too late. I'm going to need to wipe. Oh, man. I remember hitting the water hard. And then I must have blacked out. Which, I wonder why I didn't drown. Anyway, a long while later, it seemed, I felt a tug of hands. What's happening? Where am I? Slowly, I opened my eyes. But I wasn't prepared for what I saw. He's a strange sight, mates. Those clothes he wears. Ever seen the likes before? Never, Stub. Who are you and how came you here? Speak, or I'll feed you to the sharks. I'm Robert O'Malley, United States Navy fighter pilot, serial number 034563329. But you? He's stark raving man, that's what. Did you hear the gibberish he spoke? 'Tis best we take him to the captain. He'll know well to handle him. Well, a short while later, I was hauled aboard their ship, the kind I had read about in pirate stories when I was a boy. And the captain? Well, he was something out of a story, too. I've heard many a liar, but none never dared spin a wild yarn such as yours. I want the truth now. But you've got to believe me. Perhaps if I'd showed them some modern devices. Suddenly I thought of my vest life preserver. I released the air valve and... Look! He's growing larger! Quick! Seize him! They rushed me. But luckily I remembered the judo I had been taught in basic training. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Jeez, what the holdup here? Anyway, they fell back, puzzled by the sudden turn of events. Quickly, I withdrew my cigarette lighter and silently prayed that it would have the right effect. Look! He makes fire out of the air. He's a wizard. We mean no harm to you. Maybe, if we could talk things over a bit. There was no longer any doubt in my mind. Somehow, in some inexplicable way, I had been catapulted back into the past. How, I couldn't say. But the important thing now was to stay alive. I'll make a bargain, Captain. Let me join up with your crew, and I could be useful to you. Agreed. In this way, I became a member of their crew. The weeks slipped by, and though they let me alone, I was always aware of their suspicious looks as they went about their tasks. I've got to bide my time, keep my eyes open, and if the chance presents itself, try to escape. Sail ho hard on the port side. It was a Spanish merchant ship, and the buccaneers showed her no mercy. Cannon rang out and smoke filled the air. My duties included passing powder and helping with the injured. I keep telling myself it's all a dream, but it isn't. I'm part of this, part of the past. When will it all end? Where and how? A crash brought me out of my reveries. Our ship had rammed the other, and the pirates swarmed over the rail. Board 'em, mates! First, they carried aboard the loot, see? The prisoners came next, but there was one in particular. She's the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. She faced her captors with scorn, and her angry words seemed meant for me alone. And you call yourselves men? Only cowards would make prisoners of wounded men and defenseless women. A pretty speech, but this pearl is even prettier. Oh, my black pearl! They'll fetch a good ransom when the right time comes. Meanwhile, lock 'em up below. During the weeks that followed, I did my best to convince Juanita, that was her name, by the way, that I was not a member of the pirate band, but how could I blame her for not believing my fantastic story? Your clothes are like none I've ever seen, and your speech is strange, but when you tell me you are from the 20th century, if only I could convince you that it's true. Day after day after day, you ask me to trust you. I want to trust you, to believe you are truly a friend. There is a way you can prove it. How? By returning to me the black pearl the pirate captain stole from me. It is a family heirloom, and I value it as highly as my life. It won't be easy, but I'll try. Gently I took her hands in mine and bared my secret. Good Lord, he flashed her. You see, I've come to care for you, Juanita. In this whole fantastic experience, you're the only worthwhile thing that has happened to me. You're a strange man. Well, that didn't go the way I had hoped, but, maybe I can win her yet. I don't know. That night, I made my way to the captain's cabin. He's asleep. I'll have to work quickly and silently. I didn't have to search far. A gleam caught my eye, and my heart sank. The pearl! It's around his neck. Now what? What kind of man wants to wear women's jewelry? Carefully, I reached for it, but as I attempted to unloosen the catch, you! I'll have your ass. Bend over. I was caught red-handed. There was nothing to do but act, and quickly. Pal. Out I ran with the captain close behind. Oh, no. You'll pay for this, you swag. I was desperate now, fighting for my life. Up the rigging I went. It was a hopeless gesture at best, no more than a delaying action. You won't escape for long, I'll see to that. Okay, there, thanks, jeez. Lower all sails except the one by the crow's nest. Then fetch me a torch, and be quick about it. Aye, aye, Captain. I soon grasped his scheme. He's going to set fire to this single sail and force me down. I was right. A minute later, one of the pirates had started to the upward climb. He'll come down and face the music now. I wasn't going to be cornered. If it was the end, I was going to meet it like a man. We met midway and the struggle began. Once or twice I almost lost my balance as the ship rolled in the heavy sea. Then I swung with all my might. Down plummeted the burning torch directly towards an open hatch. It's dropping into the powder. Run for your lives. It's probably going to blow up your girlfriend, too, so. That's too bad, huh? All for a pearl. Anyway, I felt my world go dark as a tremendous blast flung me into swirling space. The darkness persisted for a long time, and then I felt the tug of hands, heard a blur of voices. Easy does it. But when I opened my eyes, I wasn't prepared for what I saw. Where are they? The pirates! Their ship! Easy, sir. We spotted you from our installation on shore. You'll be all right. From the island base, I was later transferred to the Navy Theater Hospital. I told my story and ended up in a rubber room. But how could I have expected them to believe it? What happened is clear enough, O'Malley. When you hit the water, you blacked out. Between then and the time your rescuers reached you, you imagined this pirate episode. Then it never happened? Only in your mind. You didn't travel into the past nor back into the present. It was just a temporary mental aberration. The years have passed and I never disclosed my secret.
You see, the doctor was wrong. I had the proof, but I kept it to myself. If you'd like to see it, here it is. No, we don't want to see your... Oh, Juanita's black pearl. It was in my pocket when the sailors pulled me out of the ocean. If I hadn't been in the past and back again, how could I have had it? I can offer you no explanation. Can you? Yeah, it's just a comic book story. Crap like this happens in comic books all the time, you know? Plus, again, Juanita was blown to bits because you sent the torch down into the bottom of the boat, so... And it hit their ammo powder, you know? So, great going. Great going. Well, anyway, this was all brought to you by Jet. Jet. Rocket spaceship. Only $2.98. Over 6 feet long. Instrument panel includes retractable nose cannon. Okay. Allometer. Jet steering levers, radar screen, bomb sight, disintegrator gun sight, oxygen control, oh, that's important, atomic fuel gauges, good Lord, it's radioactive, airspeed indicator, well, there you go, control levers that work, good Lord, look at all that, oh my God, commended of parents, MAGA, something, I don't know. Imagine a streamlined spaceship big enough to hold a child. Now you can shoot him off into space. How thrilled he'll be as he checks his antenna screen, consults his star map of space, and blasts off. How important he'll look as he works his disintegrator gun and Bombay doors, going forward and backward, banking left and right to return victorious from his conquest of space. Hey, listen. It stimulates scientific interest. No, really. Sturdily constructed of aluminum laminated fiberboard. You mean cardboard. Yeah. It probably has as much chance of surviving outer space as the submarine did, you know. Anyway, it's a cinch to assemble. Don't delay. Order now. 10-day free trial offer. I guess then you can return it, even if it's all crumpled up and stained. I don't know. If not, 100% delighted to return for refund. Only $2.98. Because of its enormous size, we are forced to ask for 63-cent shipping charges. COD order shipped. $2.98 plus postage. Send to features. Oh, it's got even more features. Real spaceship design, unlike those fake spaceships. Large size, over 6 feet long. Seats one kid inside. Complete instrument panel, working control levers, full visibility, engine control cockpit, astro star map, jet exhaust tube, retractable nose cannon, and of course, again, it's aluminum laminated. Yeah. Honor House Products Corp. Department SP-78. Lynbrook, New York. Well, there you go. You can get your Jet rocket spaceship. And you would have been, you know, a sponsor for today's episode. Herbie's Quiet Saturday Afternoon. Of course, it's not Saturday. It's Sunday. But anyway, there you go. See? So those were the Forbidden Worlds. Oh my God, Forbidden Worlds. And you saw them all. So apparently the parents of Herbie, like the dad's all disappointed, doesn't realize his son is apparently God and can do whatever he wants. And they live because, I don't know, he likes having them around. And then he just messes with everyone else, especially those aliens. You mess with his lollipop, though, and you end up like the aliens. A stain on the floor. So anyway, pretty creepy story when you think about it, you know. Then you had the magician who screwed over the guy who wouldn't hire him. So you get that. Then the time-traveling pilot who almost got laid, but he blew the girl up. But he got her pearl. Okay. So that's something, isn't it? I mean, I guess. I don't know. Oh, you certainly are a man of many talents. Thanks for the Sunday morning entertainment, courtesy of Drive-By for $10. Well, thank you, Drive-By. I greatly appreciate it, and I'm glad you had a good time. So there you go. See? Super tip. $10. It was all worth it. Thanks for the $10. Yeah, that's great. So there we are. That's it for this Sunday Comics. Despite the taped version I did earlier because I figured the voice wouldn't be up to snuff, I guess it held out good enough. Boy, I tell you, when I was at work earlier, I felt like I had to sit down. I thought I was going to pass out for a second. I was just dead tired. Sometimes it does that. It's like the bottom falls out. I don't know. What I did do was I went into the freezer. That always kind of wakes me up because it's really cold in there. And it did work. So, Anyway, so I came over here. Then Rumble Studios said, your file's too big to play. So, oh, good. So that's why I had to kick in the break segments. I got to get some new ones. Those have been played out. I know you're going to miss the happy prostitute. But anyway, there's other stuff I can put together for that sort of thing. And then while that was playing, had to alter the video to a lower size and then load it. And fortunately enough, it managed to make it. And there we go. We got a complete show. We made an hour. And Drive-By gave me a super tip. So see, it all worked out. Yeah, cool. So there we go. Next time I'm going to look for Christmas related stories because it'll be December. And we'll do that. I've done a few. I just got to make sure I don't do the same one. But there's got to be tons of those. The Thanksgiving one was the one I thought, boy, that's going to be tough. And bloop, this one popped up. And I thought, oh, well, it was literally titled Thanksgiving. So, you can't beat that. So, we'll see what I can find next year. But anyway, there's probably, how many stories do you think there could be where, I don't know, some superhero has to do their version of A Christmas Carol? How many TV shows did that? Didn't they all do it? There's probably one from All in the Family. Happy Days probably did it. I don't know. But anyway, there's probably a couple of those. And then there's probably some that are actual comic book versions of the real Christmas story, Baby Jesus and all that. So there might be a couple of those. But should be able to get at least, 3, something like that. Let's see. Christmas is, let's see. So it would be, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3. Because in Christmas, the last Sunday is the 28th. So that'll have to be like a New Year's story. Maybe there's a comic book New Year's story, so I can do that one. And, that ought to work. So there we go. 3 Christmas stories. Surely I can find, okay. Depending on how many I put together. It may be more than that in one show. But you get the deal. So that's how that'll work. That is exactly how that'll work. All right, then. So look forward to that. And, of course, the rest of the week, I'll be doing my usual live streams to try to get in someone's drawing and making art and stuff. And then Nailsin News, stuff like that. That'll be fun. Yeah. Well, we can hope. Anyway, I wonder if there's a Blue Beetle Christmas issue, Because Blue Beetle is kind of the the main character, the main mascot, if you will, of Sunday Comics. And pretty much all of them are pretty bad. So it fits right in, Although this one, I don't know about the story so much, but the art, pretty solid. I wonder, Oh, well, we'll worry about that stuff some other time. Anyway, there you go. Mr. Nailsin Sunday Comics. Thanks for stopping by and visiting with me. And, of course, we'll do it all again for another Sunday with what else? Mr. Nailsin Sunday Comics.